This time on Patriot Games, Justin takes the Mega Tourer on its first proper touring trip as he leads a 6-car convoy into one of the most spectacular locations in Australia.
Do you know that this river has the highest population of crocodiles in all of Australia?
That's awesome.
But the rising tides stop them at the gates.
There is no way we are going through that.
No.
And with time to kill, they decide to spend it fishing for the iconic barramundi.
Let it go, let it go, let it go. Oh. It's huge.
With some salty onlookers.
That is a big crocodile. That's cool, huh? What do you think of that?
Look, you can see where his body was.
Sheet metal was my livelihood, but I never thought I'd be building gear like this. Every week, we turn tons of steel into rolling works of art. Some of the toughest gear in the world comes out of this factory. Building this gear is only half the fun. No one tests like we do.
Go, girl. One more. Yes. What just happened? Well done, buddy. What's it? My passion has taken my family to the edges of the earth. Life's the game. We know how to play it. Patriot Games.
The recently completed Superam is rolling out of Patriot Campers HQ on the Gold Coast as part of an epic convoy. Last season, Justin led an R&D trip to the northernmost tip of Australia, the spectacular Cape York. But this time, he's taking his friends and family to some of the harshest terrain Australia has to offer. And they're trekking 3,500 kilometres from the Gold Coast to the very gates of Arnhem Land. Patriot Campers are taking on the Northern Territory. After 4 long and tiring days of travel, the convoy is almost at their first stop, the northern town of Jabiru. Justin's rolling with his usual partners in crime, his twin boys, Ashton and Christian. The boys are travelling in the monstrous 6-wheel drive Mega Tourer that blew the world away when it launched last year. And it's towing a 6.1 metre toy hauler loaded with quad bikes and carrying a 3.5 metre tinny. This thing is the ultimate getaway setup, but it's not the only awesome rig on this trip.
Hey, Matty, you copy, mate?
Hey, Johnny.
You feeling comfy back there?
Real comfy, mate. Can't wait to get this big girl out in the bush.
How's William feeling? Do you think she's going to be capable or what?
Yeah, mate. I think this big stupid thing will go all right.
That's a big program, dude. We'll see how it goes.
Justin's put his best mate Maddie into the mammoth Superam. It's a 2500 Ram truck modified to the max with a new P-core tray and canopy, and Justin's taking it to the NT to see how it performs on the 4-wheel drive tracks. Its 7-ton towing capacity is having no trouble towing a flat deck toy hauler carrying 2 side-by-sides.
Hey, Sam, you copy, bud?
Yeah, gotcha.
How your man travelling?
Yeah, really good. We're excited. She's wants to spot a croc.
What do you think of your new Ranger?
Still loving it.
Darling, how you feeling? You happy we're finally here?
Yeah.
What are you excited for, babe?
Seeing the crocodiles.
Awesome.
The girls are in Patriot Campers' newest build, the PX2 Super Tourer. It's built on a base model XLS Ranger, but there's definitely nothing standard about this build. Even though it's the smallest Super Tourer in the range, it's still carrying a Polaris quad on its P-core tray. And with the super lightweight X2 in tow, the girls are driving one of the most capable touring rigs in the convoy.
Bobby, you on channel, mate?
Yeah, mate, we're here.
How you feeling? I think that was the best sleep I've had yet.
Excited we're finally here?
Yeah, it's time to let the fun begin. Dad, how you doing back there?
Yeah, doing exceptionally well, thanks.
Excited to finally be in the territory?
Finally made it here.
Bobby and Rob are riding in a 200 Series Sahara. It might look a little mundane, but the 200 Series is no slouch. They're towing the actual trailer that won 2017 Camper Trailer of the Year, and Bobby's car has a tinny on the roof that he can't wait to get into the water for some barra fishing.
Chase, you on channel, mate? Yeah, man, going well.
You Alex running good?
Yeah, it's going really, really good.
Chase was part of the crew from Cape York, and he's back rolling in a brand new Hilux with his brother Casey. Chase's Hilux has been completely decked out with all the gear, and it's commonly mistaken for one of the biggest super tourers. Chase has an X1, which suits his family perfectly. But even when it's a boys' trip away, he uses it as base camp.
Casey, what do you think, mate?
Mate, I'm absolutely loving it.
Welcome to the territory, Dave. Your first big trip with the family.
This is my first big trip, I can't wait.
Dave, you copy there, mate?
Yeah, gotcha.
How you running, mate? How's that big
Boat towing.
She's towing absolutely beautiful.
Good stuff, mate.
Bringing up the rear of the Convoy is Justin's good mate and mechanic, Dave, aka Spanners. He's towing a 6-metre fishing mate with a 200 Series that's loaded to the brim with tools and spares to support the Super Convoy. With a Convoy this size, it's better to be safe than sorry. And when it comes to swinging spanners, Dave's the man.
All right, boys, you ready?
Yes.
Arnhem Land?
Yep.
Bring it on. Let's do it.
Yep.
The Patriot Campers Convoy are heading into one of the biggest wet seasons that the NT has seen in 8 years.
That's right. Just a little tire on the bottom, guys. No dramas.
With everything going on back at Patriot Campers HQ, this trip couldn't be delayed, so the crew bit the bullet and took off expecting it to be wet. Very wet.
Guys, you got to be so careful with crocodiles up here. See all this water lying around?
Yeah.
The boys in town were telling me that someone got chomped by a croc yesterday. They're pulling the body out of the river today. All right, so we've got to be really, really careful.
Yep.
It's very crocky in here.
Yeah, mate, I was just saying to the kids to be careful of the crocs, so it's no joke up here. We've got to be so careful, mate.
So much water around too, those things could have moved anywhere.
That's right, they could be absolutely anywhere. I hope that was the deepest section.
It's actually really pretty.
Yeah, it is. These crocodiles aren't very pretty. They look cool.
Hope that sample works, Bobby. Oh, your camera going on? Yep. I'm going to put those diff breathers on right before we left.
Justin doesn't like to mess around with flooded crossings, but he's travelling with an experienced crew with very capable setups. They're headed to a crossing into Arnhem Land, and Justin's gotten word that it might be covered in water and uncrossable. This isn't the start they were hoping for.
This is where all the crocs are at, so look, let's have a look at it. If we've got to camp out here for the night or a couple of nights, we're just going to have to wait until we can get across.
Isn't this crossing tidal?
Yeah, apparently on the low tide, but there's a couple of big tides coming in. There's a big one coming tonight. It's going to suck a lot of water out, they reckon.
So maybe we'll wait around, see what that does.
Yeah, let's just check it out, mate, and we'll make a plan from there, right?
The East Alligator River divides Jabiru and Arnhem Land. This crossing is one of the few ways to get into Arnhem Land, and if the crossing is anything to go by, Arnhem Land is going to be hectic.
You reckon the ram will go across there, Matt?
Oh, there's still a car in there too.
Where's there a car?
Where's the car?
Oh, there is a car right there.
Oh my gosh. I'm actually quite nervous. It is flowing. The tide's going to change it, but it looks like there's more rain coming as well.
There is no way we are going through that.
No. Beginner four-wheel driver here. I don't know. Might be pushing it. Generally, I'm a passenger next to Justin four-wheel driving, and yeah, seeing this and, you know, pretty much first time four-wheel driving, don't know if I want to start on that.
Seeing the cars down there in the water at the moment, that really puts it into perspective how dangerous this crossing is.
It's too much flow. Like the depth will be all right, but when you got flow like that, push anything over.
Hopefully the tide does change, it does go down and we can make it across. I mean, we've got a big trip ahead and we really want to get across that river.
The crew aren't wasting any time, and with the entrance into Arnhem Land on hold, they hit the road early for a massive day of barra fishing. There's a few barra newbies in the group who are keen to tick the famous fish into the net and off their bucket list.
Over the past couple of days, the mission keeps on changing, so we're not going to sit around and just wait for that tide to drop. Shady Camp, it's on. We're going for a barra. All right, here we are, guys. Shady Camp turn off.
Time to go fishing.
Some big cocks up here.
While the rest of the crew are fishing, Spanners is driving back to TJM in Darwin to replace a spare tyre on Justin's toy hauler. And when there's a problem, Dave's onto it, despite missing out on all the fun.
Look, I'll be honest, I've never been happier to see dirt road. 5 days of tarmac. We came up here for that red dust. Finally got the convoy, a little bit dirty. So, Mia, you going to be the first one to catch a fish or what?
I hope so.
Are you going to get a catfish?
No, a barramundi.
Got to be a barramundi. What about a croc?
I don't think so.
Do you know that this river has the highest population
Of crocodiles in all of Australia?
That's awesome.
The Shady Camp River is situated in northeast NT and is famous for its abundant barramundi. But these cunning fish don't just snatch lines, and the crew will need to be on their A game if they're going to get on. It's time to get the boats off the trucks and into the water.
Now, we've hauled all this gear, almost 4,000 Ks. It was nice to get the brand new tinnies off the rooftop. The 349 Territory Pro with the big high sides.
Coming into Shady Camp, the boys are talking about all the crocs that are out here and how big they are, so having a look at these little 3.5 metre tinnies and finally putting them in the water, I was getting a little bit anxious to see actually what they're going to feel like once we're inside them.
Having all three of the boats, whole family together, cruising down the river on the Mary, out of Shady Camp. Didn't know what to expect, but the scenery again was completely different. I can't believe how green everything is up here. They've obviously had a lot of water, but those floodplains are just absolutely amazing.
These guys don't claim to be world-class fishers, but they're definitely competitive. Bobby's one of the keenest fishermen in the group, and he's out to prove a point to the rest of the crew.
So it was Bobby and Casey and Chase and I. The race was on.
I'm not much of a fisherman, but it was great to get out there on the water. All I wanted to do was catch the first fish before Bobby and Chase.
You got any special tricks to nab that barra?
Use Benny's little twist flick throw. So he does these ones, he goes, oh, beautiful. That was a good bird's nest.
Fishing with Bobby, it's a different experience. He's competitive, and all I know is he wanted to beat Chase.
Are you just pulling that out? It's too low, just turn it up. I got scared I was going to go into that tree then. The way things are going with me, it's definitely not my day. Doesn't seem to be a lot of fish in Northern Territory. Far out, 10 seconds off the seat, it's boiling. Oh, there's fish jumping over there.
These boys have no idea what they're doing in Tinny. They're amateurs.
Over in Justin's 6-metre stacer, the mood's a little different. Justin's working hard and keeping an eye out. He's determined to catch the first fish.
I grabbed one of the different bait casters this morning, had a couple of rusty casts again, but once I got the feel for it and got my coordination back in, I was putting those lures exactly where I wanted them. I was pretty confident I was gonna jag a good fish.
Yep. Guys, go on. I'm on. Yes.
When I got that first hit, I was pretty excited. I thought it was going to be a barra. Came up towards the boat. It was a threadfin salmon. Not bad. Not complaining at all.
Is that a thready? Give me those. Here, babe. Oh, that is nasty.
And I dropped him.
That's not cool. That's not cool at all. It wasn't the fish we wanted, though. Now, it's pretty easy to make these trips into boys' trips when you've got a crew around you that knows what you're doing, but it's really nice to spend some time with the girls, and especially my daughter. Hold it there like that, but you're letting go too soon too. You're letting go like that. Make sure you go all the way around in the front and let it go when it's going where you want it to point. Okay. Just try that. So put your hand up the top. That's it. And teach her a few tricks so she can get up to speed with the boys, and she's going to enjoy coming along a lot more once she knows what's going on. And let it go when it's pointing where you want it to go.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
There you go. Look at that. That easy.
Yeah.
Hey?
So me is definitely normally my shadow, but it was really nice to see her up the front with Justin and him teaching her something that I didn't know much about.
Good girl, well done. Now catch a fish.
Yeah.
I want a barramundi for dinner.
It's been a long, hot morning, and all three boats make their way to another spot in search of the epic barra. The NT's wet season has made the air thick with humidity and the temperatures skyrocket.
The rain started coming down, which was well welcomed in this heat, and Mia up the front starts calling for Daddy. She's on. Oh, Mia, 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 Mia. Go, Mia. Let her go, let her go, let her go. Grab the net.
After Dad showed me what to do, I think I'm pretty good at this. I really wanted to catch the fish before the boys.
Give us the net. No, you hold on to it, Dana. I got you. I got you. Oh!
I was a little bit scared. The fish was so heavy, I thought I was going to drop the rod.
That was my fault. Sorry, babe, that was my fault.
That was crazy.
It snapped on the anchor well.
I lost my first fish. I was devastated.
You okay?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, it made me jump.
What did scare you so much?
I don't know.
Hey, you're good. It's only a little fish. Now, Mia really wanted to catch the first fish, and I think the disappointment, that's what got to her the most. So I'm going to count that because it swung around under the bow and it touched the top of the gunnel.
Yeah.
So I consider that in the boat. Okay?
Yeah.
So does that count as one?
I don't think that really counts, Dad. We got to get it in the boat.
The crew have come up empty-handed on the Shady Camp River, and after a few close calls and missed opportunities, everyone's starting to feel a bit defeated. But this is a proud bunch, and they ain't leaving until someone bags the barra.
I could hear a bit of commotion coming from over at Matty's boat, and I looked over and I see Matty with his rod bent right over, but there wasn't a lot of movement going on. What do you got, Matty?
Something good. Let's put on a good fight. When it comes to fishing, I don't know if I really know what I'm doing, but I can flick a bait caster and get the lure in the right spot. So I think that's half the battle.
Jesus, Matt, what's going on? How big is it? Is it a monster?
I don't want to say that and it comes up and it's tiny, but look.
If it's a barra, you would have seen it jump by now.
Every metre of line I'd bring in, it'd just take it in straight away. Still fighting.
So that thing's on fire. What is it?
I don't know, man, but as soon as it comes close, it takes off. Ready? Oh, here we go.
Can you see it?
I'm on the leader.
I thought to myself, he's definitely got something big. I don't know what it is, but this ain't a barramundi.
I don't want to put too much drag on it because it's going to break it.
No, that's not it. It's over here.
At first, I didn't know what it was. It just felt like something big. Ah, yeah. Oh man, it's huge.
I think it's a barra.
It's a barramundi.
All right, here, you want my fish grippers? If it's that big, grab the fish grippers. Is it a barra?
It's huge.
As soon as we knew what it was on. Boys are yee-hawing and carrying on. Chase is grabbing the net. There was no way we were going to let this thing go.
Oh my God, dude, that's a metre, dude. That's a metre, dude. Give us in there. Oh my God.
The pressure was on. There's no way I was going to drop this fish.
Head first, head first, head first, head first. Oh! Yeah, Matty! That's a fish, dude!
Finally, it's in the boat, my first barramundi, and it looks like a metre too.
Are you joking? I don't know if Matty's Irish or what, but the luck this guy has, everything just always seems to go his way, and it really upsets me. Why does this always happen to Matt? Why does this always happen to you? What did you do so right in your life? Dude,
how big do you reckon that is, mate?
I don't think it'd quite go a metre, but it's close, man.
It's a beauty.
I'm not going to call it a metre because I've never caught a metre barra either. So you can't catch a metre barra.
So Matty had hooked up the first fish, and to be honest, me and Bobby were pretty upset. So we went straight in where Matty was. I cast my line in, Bobby cast his in, and bang, I was on.
So, oh, you've got a good one. Don't let him go, don't let him go. Just take it easy, man. And just get this out of the way.
The first big fish I've ever caught in my life. Holy shit, balls.
Got a barra. Bobby's on a barra too.
I just kept winding this fish in. Bobby was giving me tips, getting the thing set up, and it was on.
Slow, now lift your rod. That's it. Back down, pump it a bit more, wind a bit more. So I can see a bit of leader. Bring him around here, see if you can. No, go with him, go with him, go with him.
The water was so dark we didn't know what it was. It wasn't until we got it right up against the boat that we knew it was a barramundi.
Here he is. See, wind it a bit more. And let's try and lift his head up towards me. Try and bring his head towards me so he's scared. It's all right, bring his head this way.
What's the size of that?
Pull his head towards me.
Definitely glad that this time around we brought a high-sided boat. It feels a lot safer.
Beautiful fish. Move back a bit, move back on the boat a bit. That's it. No, he needs to get his head in. Now bring him towards me. Bring him towards me.
Oh.
Yes! Got him. Woo! That's a good fish, man. Your first barramundi.
That is. First day on the water in the Northern Territory, and I got myself a barramundi.
That is my first barra ever. And look at the size of the bloody thing.
It's a good one.
It's definitely nice to see Casey nail a barra first time out.
The smaller boats have both landed a barra, and Justin's hoping that the same luck will transfer over to his boat. He'll do anything not to let Matty beat him.
As we're playing with Matty's fish, then Casey starts yelling out, he's jagged one in the boat. So me and the kids now, we're committed. We're not going anywhere until we've got a barra on this boat. I don't have fishing luck. Probably because I don't have the patience for it.
The other boats have got a fish, the pressure is on, but we've hooked up.
Yep, I'm on. No, don't back it up. Ash, you just reel in. Ash, you reel in. Yes, that's a barra. That's a barra, we're on. Reel in, Ash, reel in, reel in. Now, seeing a few jumps out the back, I thought for sure this is a barra. Ash and Christian were working with me. Ash was on the net. We were going to get this fish in the boat. You ready? Cool. He's running. He's running. Oh, maybe that is a good fish.
Come on, Dad. We gotta net this fish.
We're not gonna drop this one. So all we need to do now is just relax.
Oh yeah, and that doesn't happen.
We just relax. We take it slow.
Take it slow.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Oh, Ash, let him go. Let him go. Let him go. Let him go. You beauty. This is exactly what we haul all this gear around the country for. Here.
What is it?
It's redfin salmon.
Yeah.
Luckily, Dad got one in the boat for us.
I would keep that, but we've got two really good sized barras, so there's no point in holding on to every fish. Yeah. That's a good sports fish, though.
Yeah.
It's good fun.
Yeah.
It's like catching a barra, just doesn't. It's not a barra. Yeah?
Yeah.
We'll let him go?
Yep.
All right, buddy, your lucky day.
Ultimately, Shady Camp River came up with the goods, and the Patriot Campers crew head back into Jabiru feeling victorious. But the uncertainty of that river crossing is playing on everyone's minds.